Let us ponder, in the year 2008, there may have been many targets and dreams and aspirations that we would have set for ourselves, and some of them we may not have met those. But we need to appreciate that whether we achieved all the dreams, all the targets, all our objectives, if we did not meet all or some of them, we also need to appreciate that there are other people looking on at us for guidance. And even if we fall short of the mark that we would have set for ourselves, we have other people in our lives looking on in terms of how we would respond in the face of disappointment. Dr. Wayne Dyer made a very powerful statement, and that statement was, "It is not the events that shape my life that determine how I feel and act." He's saying, it is not the circumstances in my life that determine how I feel and act. And you would say, Babs, how is that true? You didn't experience the death of a loved one. It is the circumstance that caused me to feel sorrow and pain. But Babs, you didn't experience a broken relationship, so you don't know that that experience caused me hurt and pain and depression. But I am submitting to you this evening that it is not the circumstances in our life that dictate how we feel and how we act, but rather how we interpret and how we evaluate those circumstances. In the Holy Bible and in the Torah, within the first 30 verses of the Torah, there is a common statement that says, "In the beginning God created heaven and earth, and all that He created was good." If all that God created was good, then where is the depression? Where is the pain? Where is the imperfection in this world? I repeat tonight, it is not the circumstances in the year 2008 that should have dictated how we feel and how we act today, but rather it is always how we interpret and how we evaluate those circumstances. This world is perfect. The Vedas tells us, as is the macrocosm, so is the microcosm. As is the macro mind, so is my mind. The cosmic mind, so is my mind. As is this entire world, rather, he says, this world is a mirror image of that which I have inside of me. So this world actually is perfect. The broken relationship, the loss of a loved one, whatever the circumstances, the gain or the loss of employment, whatever the circumstances, even the successful passing of subjects, the gaining of a promotion, whatever it is that happened this year, good, bad or indifferent, it is perfect. They're all perfect in the scheme of things. You see, how we interpret and evaluate it as human beings, that's where we fall short. And those interpretations and evaluations determine how we feel. Tonight I ask you this question. If you were to think or to use one word that describes what 2008 was like for you, what would that word be? You don't have to say it aloud. But if there was one word, or maybe one or two words that adequately describe what a feeling about 2008, what would that be? And I ask you to project. In 2009, we hear about tightening belts and global recession and financial slowdowns and all these lovely expressions. Maybe that feeling will be one of withholding resources. Maybe that feeling may be one of putting a little more concern, a feeling of concern that maybe I may not be in the same position that I am in today when December 31st, 2009 comes. But whatever the feeling, we as human beings, we associate circumstances with our feelings. But the most important, the most profound act that we should perform at this stage in our life and at this junction in the year, it is to ask ourselves a very pertinent question. And what is that question? That question is, am I pleased with who I am? Am I satisfied with where I have reached? Am I comfortable that if death knocks on my door at this moment in my life, am I prepared? In this life, the most educated person is not the one who has all the answers, but the person who can ask the right question. The lawyers will tell you that, and even the physicists will tell you that. The most educated people in the world are not those who proclaim to have all the answers, but those who ask the right questions. And if you ponder that question in your life and in my life, we should ask ourselves questions that stretch ourselves. Am I setting targets that I am reaching, but I am reaching them because the targets are too low, and I am complacent with my life? Or is it that I am always stretching myself, putting myself in a challenge zone, whether it is to develop better relationships within the family, whether it's my contribution in the job, whether it's the amount of savings that I would have, whether it's my investment in health, in the physical body, whether it's the meditation that feeds the soul, whether it's my contribution to society. We should ask ourselves this question: am I comfortable, or am I not doing enough? And when we challenge ourselves tonight, whether we make resolutions or not, we should always ask, not only on All Year's night, but every single day, am I doing enough? Am I happy with who I am? Am I pleased with my contribution in life? For if death knocks on my door at this very moment, am I comfortable? In the Chinese tradition, there's a proverb that says, he who asks questions cannot avoid the answer. He who asks a question cannot avoid the answer. And for those of you who would have read the book The Secret over the past year or two, you would understand that whatever you ask of this universe, whatever you ask of your God, the God of your understanding, whether you call him Christ, Krishna, Allah, Sai, it matters not. But whatever question you ask of this universe, I guarantee the universe or God, whatever you call, will respond. And we should appreciate that there is nothing that we would put out into this universe that will not come back, that will not be responded to. I often remind our congregation, God answers every prayer, but sometimes the answer is no. God responds to every prayer, every petition, every request we make of this universe. The universe of God always responds. And this is why we must appreciate that when things don't work the way we want them to, that is also an answer to our prayer. Not everything that we want in this world we will get, but I guarantee you that everything that we need will come our way. In the scheme of the karmic debt that we have to pay in this universe, everything that we need to burn karma or to create good karma or to reap the benefits of the past, we will, I guarantee you, we will get. Tonight, I would like for you to project where you would like to be in 2009. Everyone should have a vision for yourself. Everyone should operate as though you already are what you want to become. Don't wait for someone to give you a name or a title or certificate. Don't wait for someone to sit with you in classes for 10 weeks to learn to play an instrument. Don't wait for someone to sit you in a classroom to give you a skill. But you should start seeing yourselves. Have a vision for who you want to become and what you want for yourself. And start operating as though you already are what you want for yourself and what you want to become.